let's continue on with our 100th episode special on the newsmakers of Philippine golf since 2010 and 11. A while ago, we learned about Tommy Manotoc, Miguel Tabuena, and Frankie Mendoza. Now, Angelo Ke is up. Fondly called Angel, he's practically a household name in Philippine golf. This back-to-back the Country Club Invitational champ is paving his way in the international golf scene.
Angelo Ke is probably our best player in the Philippines. In fact, he is the best player in the Philippines. Right now, he's probably, I think, a top 20, top 25 ranked player in Asia, which is a very, very big accomplishment.
Right now, I see him as the best professional golfer we have. Last year, he was 27th in the Asian Tour money list.
I've seen Angelo Ke as an amateur, very good player, but lack of confidence. But then all of a sudden, he wins a tournament. He's evolved from a guy who's a little bit timid to a guy now who's got the big confidence, but he's still the most humble guy and the nicest guy in the world. And that's exactly why I think he's a great role model.
The topic that sparks the most about Angelo is his health. Here's what Nick and Reggie have to say.
Good thing about this guy, if you look at him, he's clean. He works out. The guy's huge now. He probably lifts weights, he runs, you know. But I mean, you look at the guy, he's not a small guy. He's a big, muscular guy. So it's a role model. It's not the guy that's, you know, the big pot belly, smoking cigarettes in the corner of the driving range anymore. This guy works out. He trains. He practices every day.
When asked later on what made a difference, he said a new diet regime and your exercise regime. He's now into yoga and all these things. Which really shows me that in spite of the fact that he has really reached a very high level in his career, he still sees himself as somebody who is a work in progress. And that really tells a lot about the guy. He doesn't rest in his laurels and he tries to improve himself.
Angelo's positive and light disposition is always evident on the golf course. Here is our panelists' observation.
What I love about Angel's demeanor in the course is that he has fun. You see it flowing from him. Every time the camera is on him, he hams it up for the camera, which for me is a good thing because it relieves him of his stress. And you know, he can be a very good role model for a lot of the young golfers.
And what are the further expectations from this top professional?
Right now, I would consider him the cream of the crop in the Philippines. Although we have a lot of good players, Angelo's done something that, I don't know, it's his confidence or something that's got him up there. If there's a negative I could say about Angelo Ke is, if you look at his records in the Asian Tour, he tends to miss a lot of cuts, which probably tells me either he's a very streaky player or there's some holes in his game. He's going to have a hard time winning the money order in the Asian Tour, which he's told me he wants to do.
He can be like a Tiger Woods type where he can get people into the game. People who otherwise would not have been interested would be interested when they see such a guy doing so well in the golf course.
The final gentleman in our list is considered to be the godfather of Philippine golf, the CEO and president of ICTSI, listed as the Philippines' fourth richest man, and of course, a full-blown supporter in all aspects of golf here in the Philippines, Mr. Enrique Razon Jr.
For Ricky Razon, he has been bankrolling a lot of our activities, our events, our training for the Philippine team. He has done a lot for Philippine golf. I would think, yes, he would be the most influential person in Philippine golf right now.
I'm sure everyone knows that golf here has actually started slowing down in terms of professional sponsorship. It's a guy like Razon who's actually put it back into the public's eye. He single-handedly sponsors the Philippine Golf Tour, and that all comes out of his pocket. He's bringing the Philippine Open to where it should be. So as I said, if there's no Ricky Razon, there is no Philippine Golf Tour. So that's why he's number one in my opinion.
I'd call him the godfather of golf. This is the guy who makes things happen to make sure that our top amateurs are given the opportunity to shine. Other countries started to overtake us in terms of golfing pedigree. And then you have a Ricky Razon who now comes in and says, no, let's look at the scientific way of doing this. Let's look at the proper way of doing this. Let's get the pool together. Let's get our top amateurs to come together, play against each other, and then sponsor them in tournaments abroad. And really, that's the only way to develop the top amateurs in the country.
Love and passion, and his focus is totally there. Like I said, he's like, you can call him the godfather of Philippine golf now.
Enrique Razon Jr. has been supporting the golfers as far as anyone can seem to remember.
It's not any one moment that he does it, but not even just sponsoring the tournaments, he even sponsors players, which is really grassroots. And like I said, no one's ever done this. So not only is he developing players, but he's also nurturing the players to a Philippine golf tour.
And the development of the person is really holistic. That's the way we should really look at it. And the ICTSI program allows for that to happen. And so if it's going to be replicated in several places, well and good.
It's got the teachers in there, it's got the coaches. So, you know, golf these days, if you're going to be good, you just can't keep it local. You've got to go international.
The proof of his significance in the golfing landscape is really in the product. And the product is a whole slew of golfers who are doing very well.
And finally, the outcome that most, if not all golfers, wish to happen through the example of the godfather of Philippine golf.
So hopefully some companies open up their eyes and see, you know what, sponsoring professional golf is not a bad idea. It's a lot of good mileage.
I also hope that he will inspire other philanthropists, if you want to call them those, or sponsors, to also start supporting the golf program. Not necessarily to compete for the top amateurs. That may be counterproductive. If you get other benefactors to try and poach top amateurs against each other, that might be counterproductive. I think what we need are more sponsors who will try to grow the game at the grassroots level.
If you're brought up in a way where you got to go out in front of people, you got to know how to talk, you need to know how to dress well, you got to be in shape, it gives you confidence. So when you go international, you're not intimidated, and then you can win tournaments. You might be better off putting your money in a golf tournament than, say, putting a couple of billboards on EDSA. And it's that cheap, actually. So could be value, money well spent.
So I hope that's what Ricky does. Inspire others to get into this game.
And there you have it, the complete list of the newsmakers in Philippine golf since 2010 and 11. We have the ultimate sportsman and NGAP board member, Tommy Manotoc, the ambassador for the next generation of young Filipino golfers, Miguel Tabuena, the international legend and Mr. Cool, Frankie Miñosa, the role model and cream of the crop, Angelo Que, and the inspiration and godfather of Philippine golf, Mr. Enrique Razon Jr. We hope you enjoyed our 100th episode special. It's time to check out Golf Talk with Mike.